Hi everyone, welcome back to Money on the Go, where I talk about money, mindset, and my journey towards financial independence and early retirement. I am so excited for today's video. I am doing an update on a video I did 3 years ago that talks about my 6 years in the FIRE movement and everything I've been able to accomplish and how different my life is versus 3 years ago. So much has changed in such a short amount of time, what feels like a short amount of time, and I'm just so happy to be able to give an update of what's been going on. All right, let's start with how I discovered the FIRE movement. So the year was 2018 and I was working in a horrible place. Let me give some context as to how horrible this place was. We had the internet go off. Literally, it was less than 10 minutes. The amount of people that were walking very fast, because they still had to keep their cool, to leave the office, to just clock out, was so wild. I think what made it not so great is that at this place I used to work, it was in consulting, so we had billable hours, meaning that we had to clock a certain amount of hours for our clients each year, and it made it so it was a cutthroat environment because you had to find your own projects to work on. So everybody was in competition with everybody else, and it was just not a good time at all. So because I had no work to do since people didn't want to give a junior analyst work, and because I had no one to talk to because nearly everybody was miserable there, I turned to my phone and I was listening to music, got tired of that, and started listening to podcasts. So some of the first podcasts that I started listening to and discovered was Her Money, So Money, and Brown Ambition. And I still listen to those today, but those are the early ones that got me into the world of, financial independence, and maybe I can save more than the percentage I was saving towards my retirement at the time. I think I was putting 3% towards my 401k. And then I heard Farnoosh Torabi talking about, and Jane Chatsky talking about maybe increasing it to 10 to 15%. And then I got introduced to Afford Anything, and they're talking about retiring early and early retirement. And I'm like, what do you mean? I don't have to be here for 40 years? That was like a light bulb moment for me, and listening to those podcasts really got me to dive deeper into the FIRE movement and find other creators who were also on the path to leaving corporate America early, and that's how I got introduced to that. Some of the things that was so appealing for me for the FIRE movement is that I do not want to work in corporate America for 40 years. I've had quite a few years of working in corporate America, and I can say it's not for me. I can do it for a limited time, but if I had to do this for decades and decades, I already know I'm not gonna make it. I'm not cut out for it. I really am not. What I want to do is really get my time back. I want to be able to hang out with my family. I want to be able to hang out with my friends. I just think about how much more of an impact I'd be able to make when all of my time is mine, when I don't have to clock in to work 8 hours a day for 5 days a week. If I could do part-time, fantastic. If I can choose when to go in as a consultant, even better. So that's why I want to be able to reach my FIRE number and have a certain amount saved in the bank so that I can have the agency to make the choices for myself and my life that I want. All right, let's get into the wins. What have I been able to accomplish since starting into the FIRE movement? My life has been so fantastic. I feel so fortunate for the path I've been able to go on, everything I've been able to accomplish. The first thing is I finally was able to transition from working in healthcare to now working in tech. I remember back in 2019, just seeing all the reels and the people on Instagram, which I'm so glad I made that community because it really inspired me to reach for more and know that there was more possible. I knew that I wanted to work at a company that had unlimited PTO. That was my number one priority. I thought that the RSUs were a benefit as well as the tech salary, but the number one thing I was really looking for was unlimited PTO. So I interviewed at so many companies. I failed so many SQL interviews, but it made me a better analyst and it made me more focused. So when I was able to get to the company I work now, I passed that interview with flying colors and I was able to land a job offer that included the coveted tech salary that included the RSUs vesting over time, and this company has unlimited PTO as well as temporary mobility. So my company allows us to work out of the country each year for up to 90 days a year, and that's actually what I'm doing right now. I'm in Portugal enjoying my time here. I'm not here for 90 days because, you know, I have responsibilities back home. I'm here for 30 days, but I love that the flexibility and I have the option to be able to leave for an extended period of time. So I love that. And now that I'm working in tech, I'm like, it's nice here. I'm gonna stay here. The next thing I was able to accomplish while being in the fire movement is I have now been in the position to be able to buy a house. I'm actually building a house, and of course I will take you all through that process as I get closer to it. Right now they're just building a house, and I'm looking forward to getting to the point of closing and all of that. So I'll definitely share all those details. I'll give a house tour and all of that once, you know, the house is ready. But I'm so excited that I'm in a position to be able to buy my house by myself. It's gonna be my house with my money and my name on that deed. So I'm very excited for that. Because this was something I wanted to do in the past, and I kind of was discouraged for it, to be honest, because my family was concerned about me. They're just like, you're gonna purchase a house on your own. They were worried about the recession, and just, you know, they were living from their past experiences, but it didn't necessarily mean that it was gonna be my experience. So I'm happy that I'm now in a position to be able to buy a house for myself and have that. And I'm really happy that I did not end up buying a house with my past partner. I'm glad that this house is all mine, on my own, my property. Love that. It's perfect. I toured the model home and I'm like, oh, this is my house. Like I just felt really in love with it. I'll share a video of the model actually in my tour of it when I did the tour update and how I made it my own. All right, so another win of the fire movement is just me being so much more self-assured. In the last 3 years, I've gained so much confidence with the life experiences that I've had, as well as being able to get into therapy, because I just realized the importance of not having so much imposter syndrome and whatnot. I feel so much more self-assured because I've been able to see the benefits of, I've been able to see the outcomes and the things I've been able to create for myself. So I'm more self-assured as to what I can do. I've been able to turn my ideas, like just me thinking of like, oh, I think this will be a cute design, and people wanting to buy it, for example, from my Etsy store, and wanting to purchase things I've been able to create. I know that I can create wealth for myself, and I know that I have skill sets that are valuable all over. So I feel very fortunate in that regard, and I feel even more self-assured of myself than I was 3 years ago, and definitely before I discovered the fire movement. So that is another win that I count for that. All right, another financial win is my fully funded emergency fund. This has been something that I have been wanting for such a long time, is to really be able to have the excess income for if I have experienced a job loss, because, you know, working in tech is great, but we do have layoffs, and my company has had several layoffs actually affecting both my teams, layoff 1 and layoff 2. So it was really important for me to be able to have an emergency fund put in place, because I don't know how long it would take me to get another corporate job. So I feel so much better, especially now that I'm about to enter into home ownership, to have a fully funded emergency fund. That was another thing that the folks in fire movement really prioritized, and it really made me realize that I also need to prioritize it for myself. All right, so some of my future goals. Currently, right now, I work as a data analyst. The next step for myself, I don't want to go into management because that sounds like personal hell for me and my personality. I do love being in the data, being in the analytics of things. So the next goal that I want to accomplish is data scientist. At my company, that essentially means you're working with Python and you're working behind the scenes. I am currently enrolled in some classes at the local community college to learn Python, and my manager is so great. He's allowed me to work on some projects. So the next career path for myself that I'm seeing is data scientist, and I'm really looking forward to get into that point. And it doesn't hurt that their salaries are quite high, about 50K more than what I'm currently making. So I'm like, $50,000 for one coding language, sign me up, I'll do it. Businesses, that is another win that I see for myself. I know for certain that I'm able to make things happen. For example, I have 2 Etsy stores now that are going, and I've been able to make thousands of dollars for that. I'll make a separate video and count how much money specifically I've been able to make from my Etsy store, but I know for certain it's over $20,000, and I just feel even more confident with the different businesses that I'm going to be in going forward. I have a couple of business ideas with my family and business ideas for myself, and I'm just even more self-assured and focused on making those dreams come as a possibility because of what I've learned from the fire movement and being able to see other people achieve it. I know that is possible for myself as well. The Air Force. All right, so this is something I've always wanted to do. And in my last relationship, to be honest, I kind of let I kind of put into consideration a lot his thoughts. And, I do not recommend that. Don't do it. Never, ever, ever compromise on your goals and your desires for another human being, ever. So now that I am not in that situation anymore, I'm going to pursue the dream that I've always had, which is joining the Air Force. And I'm so excited for that. I'm hoping to join the Air Force next year. I definitely need to get my mile time down. I've been doing 5Ks this year too, and just running overall to get myself in better shape. I'm back in Orange Theory as well. So I would either love to be a public health officer because my background is in healthcare, or an analytics analyst, or an informatics analyst, or honestly wherever I'm needed is where I'm happy to serve. So I'm looking forward to sharing more of that journey once I start it in 2025. All right, so things to get started. If the fire movement is sounding like something that is up your alley, or you just want to learn more about it, I definitely will have articles linked down below that I made of my blog post. There are tons of podcasts for you to go through, and I'm sure you'll find hosts that resonate with you. There's also a bunch of books that I read on my journey that I would recommend for others. For example, Get Good with Money, and so many others that will be linked down below. So go ahead and give it a try and see. In a year or two, you'll be making a video yourself about things that you learned from the fire movement, or just seeing improvements in your life. Not everybody has to be on YouTube or share their lives via blog or video form, but this is what I enjoyed, so this is why I'm sharing through this medium. I really think that the fire movement has been so influential for my life. My life looks completely different than it did 3 years ago, and even more different than it did 6 years ago. And I just feel so fortunate with the mindset that I've been able to gain by joining this movement and being part of it. So I definitely want to share the message and encourage others if they're thinking about an alternative path or they're interested in it. So I hope you've enjoyed. Go ahead and leave any questions that you have down below, and I'll be sure to answer them. All right.
I know you could do it. All you gotta do is put your mind to it.